Hi Taurus. So, I did like 10 to 20 minutes of your reading before I realized that I hadn't hit record. So, I thought I was channeling something pretty well, but we'll just have to start from the beginning again. Maybe that's something that you're resonating with. Maybe you have to go back to the beginning on something. You were doing something that you weren't aware of doing, or you thought that you were doing and it didn't turn out. So, anyway, I don't know at which part I got disconnected or when I didn't hit the button. So, I am just gonna go over the same things I was talking about before. So if you're new here, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things, and take what resonates and leave the rest. But I was saying for you that before I got on, this reading has been really scattered. Like I didn't know where to set up. I didn't know what cards to use. Like obviously I wasn't recording anything. I feel like you're kind of scattered or all over the place right now. Maybe that's due to your responsibilities or things like that. But we're gonna see and take what resonates and leave it for someone else if it doesn't. But I'm picking up very heavily on children. I think your reading was the most child-focused or child-centered here. And I was picking up that you are trying to find out what family means to you at this time. You're figuring out what that looks like or how you fit into that. So if you want to create a family or you have a family, you're really thinking over what family means to you and the values of it. And I'm gonna go into like the traditional roles here, but masculine, feminine is energy, so just switch it where it needs to be. But if we're going the traditional route, if you're a man, then you might be thinking right now about what being a provider or a father looks like, what that role is for you. If you're a woman, you might be thinking of, motherhood or home or how to create a home or what your home would look like. Again, switch the genders if you need to. But I just was picking up on this energy very heavily, is that you are figuring out what family means to you and kind of what role you're going to step into when you decide to create this family. And if you're going to be taking some of those traditions and values that you were raised on with you when you begin this new life or when you start this creation. But your reading is very family focused. Oh, also, before I started this reading too, I was kind of going into it thinking it was Aries, and I had to be corrected a few times. Like, no, this reading is not for Aries, this reading is for Taurus. So, I don't know if you were or are dealing with an Aries or something happened significant in Aries season. But again, take what applies, and if it doesn't apply, it might be for someone else in your energy. But yes, children is very heavy in this reading, and perhaps you have children or you want children, and this is kind of your focus right now, is that family life or what you are wanting to create. And even when it comes to children, it doesn't even have to be an actual child. It could be a creation that you are bringing into this world, some part of you that is living on by what you've produced or created. At this time, you are trying to refocus your life. You're focusing on yourself and you're focusing on who matters to you. And I feel like that also has a lot to do with family. And I heard the phrase, it was how you were raised. Again, you're deciding on if you want to raise your kids the same way that you were raised. And what does that look like to you? And you have to decide now what your wants versus your needs are and how that applies to your children. Are you one of those parents that precedes your needs above their child's, or the child's needs before yours, and how much of that, and child's wants versus parent wants? Picturing like a seesaw, so it's kind of, you're balancing, but it's like, how much do I give to this child versus how much do I need to give to me, and which one of us is giving too much or receiving or not receiving enough. But I also had this image, or I have seen in my mind's eye, this man who has a son and is really good to this son. Perhaps they like to read together is what I was picking up on. And this image of the sun came through, and before I came on here, I pulled 2 cards for you, and one of them was the sun card. And that is all over your reading here. So if you're connected to a child or fatherhood or motherhood in some way, it seems like this is what is bringing you your joy and your happiness right now, is that family. And the word sun, S-U-N, connects with S-O-N. So it's that kind of, that light, that love energy, that happiness that's radiating at this time. It's radiating from you, and it's radiating throughout your home, is what it really feels like. But you're creating this home and this form of stability for yourself. And you have a new frame of mind for ways that you are going about things, I feel like. And this time I think Spirit is asking you to rethink your approach to things, and perhaps also get more active and in touch with not only your mind but your body too. So I did see you being more active this month or upcoming month, like hiking, biking, yoga, Pilates, things like that, more activities, you going out more, doing things with more people, spending time together and traveling and just doing things with those people. I think I also had here that pause, like animal pause was really connected to you. So I could definitely see you going to the zoo, and that definitely resonates with that child energy I was pulling on. And speaking of animals, there was a channel message that I got on a separate note, but I was trying to draw a clown and it came out looking more like a koala bear. So I don't know, koalas might have an important meaning for you somewhere, or perhaps someone's name starts with K, or I know that mama koala bears, I think the little babies get carried on her back. Again, there's that mother energy. Or someone just may like koalas, or perhaps there is a koala spirit animal that is trying to connect with you right now. And if you have questions about how to work with spirit animals, feel free to comment that as a question, and I will answer it in another video, because that can be a lot to explain, and I'd rather just make a whole video on that if anyone is interested, but I have a feeling that no one is going to ask. But anyway, at this time, I feel like you're also a guide or a teacher, and that reader came up, you being, a reader, you reading to your kids, or something about a reader. So perhaps you're reading more, or you're reading to people, or perhaps you are a reader and you read cards or you read energy, or there's something very strong about that. But you are on this path of self-discovery, and kind of like your position in the world, I kind of see you right now as the emperor, because he's a very focused, strong leader, and that feels like this is representing your energy right now. You are kind of, let's see, yeah, I have here that you are also in this childlike innocence yourself, that you want to reconnect to the things that you did when you were a child, and perhaps you've done your inner child healing, or it's what you've been doing. I feel like this is something in the past, though. I don't feel like this is something you're currently dealing with, that you have gone within and you have done this inner child healing, and you did this because you want to be better for your kids. You don't want to repeat the same mistakes that your parents did. So you are trying to go back and make sure that you don't recreate old cycles. I'm also getting this image of tattoos and tattoos and pearls, but I guess you could have tattoos and piercings too, but I was getting this tattoos and pearls. So it's this energy, I feel like, that you're in right now, where you can kind of go both ways. You can kind of be edgy and carefree and, not really give a fuck. This is kind of your season, and you're doing what you want and what you think is important to you, and kind of like, not fuck everybody else energy, but maybe kind of like you don't care, you're going to do you. And then with the pearls, I'm picking up that you're also really sophisticated and styled, and that you can bring these things together, this tattoos and piercings and pearls, and make it something elegant too. You have this kind of flair about you that whatever setting you go into right now, you're kind of sparkling, is what I heard. I think gold is your color, gold and green right now, which is actually weird because I have gold nails and I'm wearing green. But I wrote that down even before I wore this. But you might be seeing a lot of sunflowers or butterflies, and honey might be coming up. You might be, I don't know, seeing more things with honey, maybe bees, just this gold color. Your essence is gold right now. There's something golden about you, or you're coming into your golden era, is what I feel like. Because you have the sun, you have sunflowers, you have honey, you are radiating this happiness and this joy. You are the sun right now, and it's kind of like you can't bring any shadows around you because you're just going to illuminate it. So you're very much standing in your power right now. Speaking of which, I was also hearing the words damage control, and that you might have been kind of put in overdrive from dealing with some sort of drama in your life. And you want to create your life, recreate your life, and you want to appreciate your life at this time and just enjoy the day. I heard Lovely Day by Bill Withers. So you want every day to kind of be a lovely day, because I feel like you've been pressured or overworked, or perhaps overstimulated, or been dealing with someone that has just brought in too much at this time, it's like, instead of searching, if you're a man or a woman, whatever, if you're searching, or if you've been with a queen, that person has ended up being a drama queen for you. So now you're just going out of your way to look for a princess instead, is what I heard, or a prince. Whatever. Flip, switch. It's like you don't care about titles or roles anymore. That, the title of queen or king doesn't make the person. The person makes the title, is what I'm getting. And also that you might have been expecting something else. I heard that you were expecting something else, something different. Perhaps a different outcome, perhaps something in love. I heard someone say, when you're drunk, you're in love. So perhaps at one point in your life, when you perhaps weren't in your best state of mind, you made choices that you thought might have been true. And perhaps love for you ended up being an illusion or some sort of escapism for you. And when I was drawing the clown, I was picking up that saying, not my monkeys, not my circus. So I feel like you're fed up at this time with certain energies. I was hearing someone say that they're dealing with a clown, and that you can put a crown on a clown, but it'll still be a clown. So that would definitely be for someone very specific if you feel like you're dealing with these kind of clown energies in your area or situation. Just people who you don't resonate with, kind of foolish. You're not on the same vibration, basically. You are dissatisfied. I feel like you don't receive what you would like to receive from people. And I feel like in some way you have been left lonely. And these days you just wait for the weekends, is what I wrote. That kind of, maybe you have been surviving and you haven't been thriving, you haven't felt like you've been living. I just feel like this is, Taurus is a person who is also very responsible. It's that emperor energy of where your responsibilities come before pleasure, and that's just how it is. That's how it be for you. That's just how it be. And I think Spirit is asking you to step back at this time and reflect, and perhaps tell you not to be in that energy anymore, that you are being asked to, yes, think about family and your responsibilities and your role, but also to pull back from that and to think about who you are as a person outside of that too. So perhaps that's something you've been struggling with or been trying to balance, is how do I know who I am outside of the family, and how do I know what to bring to my family if I don't know who I am? Something like that. But you are being asked to step outside of yourself, and like I said, perhaps doing more activities that you enjoy doing, or making new friends, or going out to new places and kind of exploring, going out in the world, exploring and kind of rekindling old flames. You might be having baby mama or baby daddy issues at this time. Someone who is a traitor or has betrayed you in some way, or you feel like has kind of betrayed your child, if this is an issue like that, where you wanted to expect more from a person. If they are a mother or father figure to your kid. You wanted them to fulfill that role the way that you would. And I feel like this person didn't. And that might be why this has sent you into this reevaluation of your life right now, if you have kids. If not, perhaps you were just dealing with someone who was childish, a very childish energy that you felt responsible for in some way, and you were almost made to be apathetic, is what I'm hearing, because this person didn't give you much room for anything else. They didn't allow you to be yourself, because you were always trying to fulfill this role that this person had for you. And I feel like you kind of lost yourself in that. You've been dissatisfied with that. But you are this person. I wrote this down. You don't die. You're coming... Okay. Sorry, let me start this over. I really feel like you are becoming a different person. You are becoming a person that, yes, stands on business and doesn't play about their family and the people they love. But you are also learning how to balance that with knowing who you are and what you need and what you are responsible for, which is yourself at the end of the day. Because other people have to be responsible for themselves. And as much as you try to have a role or connection with them in their life in that way, you have to take that step back. But from your energy, I'm reading that you don't die for who you love anymore, you kill for them. So you're stepping into this, and not literally, please, please, don't go out and kill people, no. I am just saying that you are in this energy of, I'm not going to roll over and play dead anymore. I'm not going to let you take advantage of me or play this role that you want me to, just because I've always done that, or I fulfill this. If I love you, I'm not going to die for you. I'm going to kill for you. I'm going to work for you. I'm going to give you everything that you want and need, but you're going to have to give me something in return. You know, like, kind of a hero's journey is what I'm hearing. You know, a soldier, or I'm very limited on this knowledge, but when they come home, they get like that soldier's greeting, and that's what you want, is what I'm feeling. You want that, I don't know what it's called, isn't it a word, a soldier's welcome, or I don't know. I don't watch or do much with war movies and books, whatever, but I feel like someone here really likes that stuff. Or maybe Lord of the Rings is significant too. I was just channeling that. Yes, green is significant. Like I said, I also was not planning on wearing green today. It just happened. But the song that I channeled for you was Evergreen by E.J. Michaels. And Forrest came up. So perhaps someone's name is Forrest. Forrest Gump might be your favorite movie, or something to do with that. Or that you know someone named Jenny. Or that this summer you're going to be in the forest a lot. I could see you, like I said, hiking, biking, doing trails, maybe camping, things like that. But I was going to read the lyrics out to you for Evergreen, so I will do that. But while I am looking that up, I also channeled another song that I will also look up the lyrics to, but that song is called Earth Eyes by Xana. She's an artist that I have been listening to a lot lately, and she just kind of came out for your reading. And I feel like with that green earth element, you are an earth sign, so this might resonate with you too. This might be a calling for you to get more into your sign. So go out into nature, go out into the earth, ground yourself, be out there, because I feel like, and this is different for each person because I am a water sign and I get my grounding and my strength and peace from water, so oceans, rivers, blah blah. But I also have earth in my chart, so I also really love the mountains and find peace in that too. So perhaps you're also being asked to look at your birth chart and see what other signs you have, because I'm hearing that if you have like water or fire or air in your chart, knowing that might be good for you so that you can connect with those elements. But there was some line in here that I resonated with for your reading. And the noise of the weekend came a disturbing thought. How I don't know how I'm feeling these days. No, I couldn't tell a lie. Something's different about me late. So loud my aching soul no longer rings to a lonely undertone. Want a love that's evergreen. Dance till my heartbreak hurts no more. Want a love that's evergreen. I'm sick of my false perceptions I'm projecting to behave. Is anybody really feeling satisfied these days? Yeah, I feel like that is you. You are, or you have been, dissatisfied with where you are or your position in perhaps your life or other people's lives. And you want something new. You want something fresh. You want that evergreen, that abundance, just something different. You don't want to be in that same place anymore. And also with the earth energy, I was picking up that you are thinking of someone heavily, and when you think of this person, they ground you. That you think of them. And the song Think of You by the Hush Kids also came out, which you can look up those lyrics on your own if you want to. And Earth Eyes by Xana, I wrote down that one of the last lines in her song is, I finally found you. So perhaps you feel like you finally found the one, or you found that person for you. And when you think of them, it centers you, it kind of, or I'm hearing the center of your gravity. And with the eyes, that connects you to Aquarius, Pisces, and Sagittarius, because I was picking up on eyes in those readings too. So like that symbolism of eyes. You might want to go check out their readings, or just think about it, Aquarius, Pisces, Sag, because they came up with this imagery too in their readings, so perhaps you are connected to them. And I also wrote down here that the song Nightmare by Park Wild came up, and I wrote, something's a bother but you're still happy. But look up Nightmare by Park Wild. I feel like that might resonate with your energy. And if you are coming into a relationship these days, or if you are in a relationship, I see that deepening for you. The song Treehouse came out by Ben Platt, and I had to skip it because it's just so wholesome, it made me gag. So I feel like if you're going to be in a relationship, or you are in one, it's going to be so wholesome and sweet and nice. It's so like gag worthy. It's just so family wholesome, PG, and like PG, and then it'll get like PG to X real fast is what I'm seeing. It's gonna get so good is what I'm hearing. But yeah, that is it, I feel. You might be seeing the numbers, and my voice is dying, but you might be seeing the numbers 7, 9, and 10, 10, or just things with 10 in it. And yes, green resonates very heavily in your reading. Malachite is a stone that I was being told you should work with right now. And I have to warn you that someone is green with envy around you. Someone in your energy is just green. They're jealous. A hater, you know, they be there. They do that. That's what they do. That's why they're here. But with that green also is money. So you might also be working a lot on your money. And with the gold, which I also didn't plan on doing, but the gold also having to do with money, and your heart chakra might be important at this time to keep that open, because I'm hearing that if you do not keep your heart chakra open, you cannot make money. A lot of people don't know that. You've got wide open pastures is another green thing. So yeah, you're just really, I feel like you're in your very powerful, abundant Taurus energy. Very stable, grounded, centered earth energy. And so that is the channeled part. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I just wanted to make sure I got everything out. And since that was pretty long, I don't know if I'm going to pull anything from an oracle deck, but I do want to pull some tarot for you. And I'm using a new deck I've never used before, but I was just told that I should use it. I don't remember, but I said that rabbits were important for you, or you might be seeing a lot of rabbit imagery. Spirit, what is going on in my Taurus's energies right now? Please. Thank you. I did pray over this reading before, but I should have done that when I was on camera. Except I got interrupted. So perhaps you feel like someone is interrupting you. Or every time you try and speak, you get interrupted. Or people are not hearing you when you talk, you know? Kind of like that. I'm speaking, but nobody's listening. Anything else, Spirit? I don't feel like I'm going to get a lot of cards today. In most of my readings as of late, for myself and in general for other people, there's only been like a few number of cards. It hasn't been that much. I feel like there are certain things Spirit doesn't really want to say right now at this time, because everyone's going into like a new cycle, and I feel like there's some surprises and also some things that you just don't need to know. So I think the first card that came out was Seven of Swords. And I love these cards. They're so beautiful, and I love foxes too, but you might have like some sort of a deceptive energy around you at this time. Someone being sneaky. You know, the Seven of Swords is also about stealing, or someone has tried to steal, but it's also this energy of not wanting to get caught. And you have this fox here that's hidden, whereas this one is kind of, it's almost like I'm hearing distraction. It's like one is coming in to distract you while the other one gets something or takes advantage of you from the behind. It's a weird, interesting energy. And I've just been picking up so much on these eyes. In all these readings, the eyes have come up. And I feel like there's a lot of people being watched right now. People are watching you. Red might also be a significant color. With the sword energy, I'm picking up now that kind of like that, oh, that hero's welcome. That's what it is. The hero's welcome. These swords remind me of that because they got like that kind of fantasy etching on them, like a crest or a seal or something. Yeah, there's something about a hero's journey or a hero's welcome here in your energy. And you got the Hermit. And the Hermit is associated with Virgo, but there's a star here. And that always makes me think of Aquarius. So you could also be dealing with an Aquarius. But again, there's that light energy here. That vibrancy that's coming from you. That golden energy. Your aura could be golden right now. Maybe that's why I was picking up on that. There's also someone here reading, which goes back to what I said earlier about like that father-son bonding time where someone is reading to their child, or perhaps you are reading more, or you're just connecting with other people by reading, or if you are a reader yourself. Or perhaps you know how to read people and you're really good at doing that. You could also be reading the stars right now, or there's something written in the stars. But there's also a lot of shadows. Oh, and remember when I was saying that you are in this golden aura right now, that nothing dark, nothing in the shadows can stay hidden because you will just illuminate it. And I feel like that's what's going on here. These shadows are like, they're not coming in, they're moving away. They don't want to be seen. They're leaving, they're going out, because you just get brighter and brighter, and this energy keeps glowing, growing, is what I'm feeling or hearing. And I feel like you're very intelligent and smart, and you get your ideas from books and from reading. And you have here the Death card. Now, Spirit wanted me to use this deck for a reason. And I didn't know why that reason was for Taurus or whatever. But now that I'm reading these cards, it really does relate back to the channeling I had for you. But I do feel like there is something that's over for you. You know, you are coming into being a new person. So perhaps that old part of you is dead and gone, and you're being resurrected. In a way, I don't feel like this is the end for something. It almost feels like there's a hand that's going to reach up out of here at any moment. It's just that nobody's seeing it, or nobody is expecting it, so they're not watching for it. If you have experienced a death in your family or a death close to you, I just send my condolences if that applies for you. Death energy too is also Scorpio, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or thinking about a Scorpio is what I just heard. You have two trees here, and what I'm getting is life and death. And this also kind of reminds me of the Hierophant card, because he sits in front of two pillars, and these pillars represent heaven and hell, as above, as below, earth, air, obedience, disobedience. That kind of duality, that space of duality, and you're in between it, you're in that middle of it. And again, I feel like you are balancing too much, or you're coming into being balanced, or you are balanced. This card, it's weird because it doesn't immediately scream death to me, even though there is an actual headstone here. It just feels to me like there is something else perhaps that you need to be looking for there in this. Perhaps something you're seeing is not actually what it is. Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps what you think is dead or over is really just a new start, because that is what death is. At least the death card in tarot is that it's transformation. It's never anything permanent. And if you believe in spirituality or anything like that, you know that. You know that energy can never be destroyed. So when you pass on, your energy is still there. You're never fully gone. The Four of Swords here. I got the orange kitty. I have an orange kitty. Oh. He's so cute. So I don't know if you have an orange cat or you know someone who has an orange cat. Maybe you're an artist or painter or writer because you've got these pencils here. There's also a lot of flowers here too. You have a lot of flower imagery. A lot of, well, you are nature, so, well, I mean, you are earth nature, so you got that Mother Gaia coming through. He's resting now. He's taking his time out. He's, taking his cat nap. And cats just, they don't sleep once a day. They sleep on and off throughout the day. So perhaps you are at a time in your life where you need to relax more throughout the day. Or, I'm just hearing center yourself. Or perhaps you're going through this kind of recuperation. I think that's it. You say it? But that goes along with the Hermit here too. If you're being asked to recoup and relax or go within, you have to do that alone. You have to do that in your Hermit mode. You cannot transform. Okay. I get so happy when it all comes together. But you cannot transform Death card if you are not alone and resting and getting to know yourself. It's like, I'm hearing like you have to get to know your old self so you can get to know this new self. Maybe that is what this card is about too. If it's not a literal deception here, it's just your old self or your present self meeting your past self. It's like kind of agreeing, okay, where do we go from here? I know who you are, I know who you are, and now we've met. And we're in this new cycle, so where are we going? And like having a conversation with yourself. Again, the High Priestess. That's about going within. You have a lot of light energy here. Like with that Hermit. You have the Moon and the Star. Moon could also be Cancer energy. Moon is also, I always associate the Moon too with secrets or lies. Something is being hidden, perhaps. But with the High Priestess, this is a card about using your intuition. And it's not only about using your intuition, sure, but it's about you already know the answer. You already know the actions that you have to take. You already know the course you have to go down, the road, etc. That written in the stars energy. You know where you have to go. You know where your path is. You know where you're supposed to be aligned. You know that. Even if it's not on a conscious level, it is on a subconscious level, you know, and your heart knows, and you will get that feeling. That's called intuition, that right or wrong, that I know what path I'm supposed to be going down on, and I know that when I start on this other path, it feels wrong, and it feels different. So I know I have to go back. And perhaps you do have to go back. Perhaps it's that death card, that going back to the beginning, to start over. It's like Spirit is saying, you get a new life. Okay, I like that. You get a new life. Look, it's like you had to die to be alive. Wow. Okay, this just got deep. But for somebody here, you went through a cycle. You went through a death, baby. Perhaps like an ego death, maybe. I don't know. You went through something. You put an end to something. There was an end put to you. There was some type of end here that you thought you weren't going to get up from. And then voila, it was just you were resting. Look at that. You were resting. People thought you were dead and you were resting. That's what I'm getting. People thought. Look at this. Okay, it's all coming together now. People thought. People were watching. Yeah, okay, yes. Sorry, I just love when it comes together, but people were watching. And you went into hermit mode. You went within. You rested so that you can be reborn. I don't have big hands, and my hands are small, so I can't show it all, but you get what I'm saying. People were watching. You went hermit. You went within to find the answers. You rested. And you came out on the other side. Scorpio energy. Very heavily connected to Scorpio here too. I also picked that up. Something about Florida and palm trees too. That's connected to Scorpio and Sagittarius. But hi Taurus, so I got distracted and had to go fix something, but I am back because real quickly I just wanted to ask with Spirit and give you some advice moving forward. So Spirit and guides, what advice do you have for Taurus at this moment? Advice for Taurus moving forward. Okay, that's good. Okay, so the first card that jumped out for you was the Justice card. And your second card is the Page of Wands. Third card is the King of Cups. Three of Wands. Eight of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Seven of Swords. So this one was in your earlier deck. The one that I pulled to like help explain what I was saying. So let's just start with the obvious here, I guess. But for whatever deception that has been going on, it seems like you're gonna get justice for it. You're gonna receive something that you want. If someone has gone behind your back, you're going to win. Or if this is in court or something, some sort of justice here, you're gonna win it and you're gonna get what you want out of it. I feel like this, when you win this, or when you come out of this, you're going to be in this Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is self-sufficient. They are reliable upon themselves. They have the money and the funds and are independently financial, are just good with money. So like, you know, a single person that lives alone and can hold it down. That is who the Nine of Pentacles is. So you will be in that energy. You will be able to hold yourself down, be grounded. I don't know why I feel like a King of Cups and a Page of Wands might have been significant here for this, but I feel like they would be in the reverse, like, you know, like in the regular tarot deck, but this deck doesn't do that. The King of Cups, this is a whale here, and this is, you know, whales are large, so I feel like this person, if this is a person that you have dealt with, is loud, or they like to be seen, or there's something about them where they like to make their presence known, or they like to be heard. This is that person, and they don't mind taking up space, because the whale takes up a lot of space, but we love the whale. It's okay, whale. We love you. But there's like this stream of light here. I feel like this person has seen the light, or they've gotten like some sort of revelation. I'm hearing rain down on me, kind of like they're accepting fate for what it is. But there's also, I just noticed this, there's also a person here down at the bottom of the ocean, like they're hiking. And that reminds me of you, because you're like in this hiking energy. But perhaps you've been standing there in front of this person. Or perhaps you are the King of Cups in this reading. Take it as it applies, but perhaps you feel like you've been drowning, or you feel the weight of whatever it is on top of you, holding you down, and you can't breathe. And maybe you're learning from this person, or you are learning how to be this King of Cups. You are learning how to breathe underwater. It's like you're adapting to a situation where I'm hearing like you become it, but not like in a bad way. It's just like you've conquered it, and you've overcome it. It's like you've been there, done that, gotten the t-shirt. It's like a part of who you are, but it doesn't make you who you are, if that makes sense. But this is also about exploration and finding out details. And there's just something very beautiful and detailed about this card. I just feel like you can talk all day about this. The layers and the light. Sorry, my hands shake a lot. the meaning of whales, how they sound, just everything really about this card. So maybe look at it and kind of put your story in there and see where it fits, and kind of see what spirit is asking from you, because I feel like there are two energies here. I feel like I'm talking to someone who has dealt with a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or you are becoming this energy, this emotionally stable emperor who can rule over their empire without being a tyrant. That you can be emotional and stable. It doesn't have to be either or, is what I'm really picking up on this. And this makes me happy because this is confirming the sunflowers that I said that you've been seeing. And perhaps you have a black cat, or you know someone who does. The black cat is also, I love black cats, but they are a symbol for like occult or esoteric knowledge, and you might have that associated very strongly with witches. And actually black cats are good luck. They are not considered bad luck. In a lot of countries, if you see a black cat, it means that you have a great fortune coming in. There is abundance and luck on your side. So keep an open eye out for seeing black cats, because you might come across one. So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're watching as some things in your life unfold, and you're gonna find that some of it is magic that you hadn't expected to come across, or there's been magic in your life in some way. But something is growing. You are growing something. You are taking your knowledge and turning it into something, that creation, that creativity. Again, with the fertility, like I said earlier, the rabbits are significant because you are very fertile, meaning that you're very creative, or whatever you're making at this time is going to be something that is possible, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, again, gold. You've got a lot of gold. And whatever justice this is, you're going to be able to move forward from it. Understanding and waiting. They've been waiting, and we don't know how long they've been waiting for, but we just know that they've been there. And they're coming out of this gray cloud, this darkness here, and they're going into the light. That's where they're headed. The plane is not facing this way. The plane is facing this way. So and the bird is flying this way. So that's how we know that this person is out of the darkness. They've made it into the light. This is about you understanding that, though. I feel like Spirit really wants me to say this, is that you have to know that you're going forward. Because you can be moving forward in your life and just not be aware of it, or not understand how important it is. And Spirit is wanting me to tell you that you have to know what this is that you're moving into, and that you're moving forward. It's like Spirit can't move you into the next cycle if you're not aware that it's there. It's like you have to give the universe permission, that confirmation that yes, I can move forward, yes, I can move into this new cycle, yes, it can be given to me, and then they will give it to you. I feel like you have to ask for it. This is something you have to ask for it. It's like, it's such a big thing. It's such a huge thing that the angels just, they can't bestow it on you. You'd be like, it's too much. It's too much. We can't just like drop it on them. We gotta make sure they know what this is and what they're accepting and how to accept it. It's like you have to tell them when the time is. They're waiting for you, is what I'm hearing. They're waiting on you. And I know that the spirit realm is so contradictory because they get on your ass for things to make you choose things and go faster and to get out of cycles, but then they'll also take their own sweet ass divine timing. But I love them. I love my angels and my guides, so there's no shade though. There's just love. But that's what I've noticed. So talk to your guides is another thing of what I'm hearing. Talk to your guides because they're going to have that answer for you. And the Eight of Wands, you know, I thought that at first, I thought that this was communication. And it can be communication. You might have communication coming in, or you might be communicating something. But I'm feeling that this is more of you speaking your truth. This is you speaking out loud. And by you speaking out loud, you are creating this storm. Like this galactic storm. It's like you don't even realize how powerful you are, or how powerful this decision is for you. Whatever you're moving into, that you're creating, is beyond your wildest dreams. It just seems like you are creating galactic storms. You are that powerful. Wow. And there's something coming in really fast, like incredibly fast. Because I don't know anything about space, but these could be comets or asteroids. And there's a person standing here, and I don't think that they're ready for it. You're like, oh, what is that? Oh, is that coming closer and closer? Oh no. But yeah, and look, the clouds are clearing away and you can see the stars again. And there's that guiding light and your northern star. Check your north node. That's what I'm hearing. You need to check what sign is your north node, because whatever this is has a lot to do with it, is what I'm hearing. So find your north node and look at what that sign is. Look up what that sign's role is for your north node. Like, for example, well, I won't say anything, but just look it up, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight, make a wish. It's been so long since I've heard that, but that's what I was just hearing. Again, it's like you have to make that wish. You have to ask for it. And one thing I've noticed that I don't understand about most people is that a lot of people don't dare to dream big enough. It's like you're not dreaming big enough. You're not asking for big enough, is kind of like what the divine keeps telling me. Is like you have to ask for like the biggest things that you could ever want. Like people limit themselves without even knowing it and without even giving themselves the chance to try for something better. It's like, you can ask for what you want. You know, ask and you shall receive. Ask, wish upon a star. Ask for it. Ask for the big things. Ask for $1 million. Ask for a new car. Ask for fortune, abundance, fame, whatever. Ask for it, because there are no limits in this world. It's just that we put the limitations upon ourselves. And going forward, I'm hearing that Spirit doesn't want you to limit yourself. So that seems to be the takeaway here, and the advice for you is that do not limit yourself going forward. Because when you stop limiting yourself, you end up receiving your greatest destiny, your greatest wish and fulfillment. You receive your justice, your karma, your dharma. But you have to ask for it. You have to know what you want. You have to know what you want. Because yes, the angels know what you want. God knows what you want. But a lot of the times, we don't know what we want. And it's like we make a wish for things, or we wish for things to be different. But if it were to happen to us, would we really want that? And I feel like that's what Spirit is asking from you right now is, do you really want that? What do you really want? Because whatever you ask for at this time, you will receive it. So make sure that whatever you're asking for is whatever you want. Wow, that's really powerful. I'm just hearing like that you are a machine. You get what you want. You take situations that have been outside of your control, and you've made it into something so much greater than what anybody could have imagined. And this is the life that you deserve. And this is the life you're going to live. And I feel like nobody can try and take that away from you. You are destiny. You are meant to be. And a lot of people might think that a cat doesn't deserve all this. But who's to say that the cat doesn't deserve it? The cat thinks he does. So, damn it, he's gonna sit at the table. And he's gonna get on his bib and use those darn silverware. He's gonna do it. Oh yeah, believe in yourself. You're going to make it. But Spirit wants you to believe that. So going forward, you need to know who you are, know what you want, and know how to ask for it. Make your wish, but make it right. So my loves, I think that is the message for you today. Thank you for being so patient. I'm sorry that the video got all messed up. Thank you for just watching it if you did. And I really do hope that this resonates for you. If you did, please let me know in the comments, and please share this with anyone that you feel would resonate with this message. But I hope that you have a great day. You are beautiful, you are blessed, you are abundant, and go out into the world and do those great things, okay? Alright, I love you. Bye.